So I have a question for you, Stacy. I know A.
Hello, Miss Love.
Hey, Chris. I didn't know you were going to be here.
I just randomly had my computer on in my room up here in North Jersey, and
I love it. That's great. Mr. Cucuzella, Miss Reed.
我们的那个是 close 的吗？怎么看我们的？贝贝可以先不要动吗？先不要弹。怎么看我们的是 close 关掉的
Okay. Chris, do you want to talk to the parents, or do you want me to do it?
I could do it.
Okay.
Do we think this is about everyone? I wasn't. Hello, all. I'm actually calling from a hotel in North Jersey, just outside of New York City. We have a few kids going to the indoor nationals this weekend. I didn't really, as I was telling Coach Love, I didn't really plan to do this, but I just logged onto my computer and I saw this, so I figured, oh, might as well jump in. All right. Basically, I sent out a email to message, a fairly lengthy message this week that has a bunch of details about track and field. And I know a lot of people are new to it. First of all, it is a no-cut sport. One thing that some kids worry about is they worry about, which event they are trying out for. They are not trying out for any event. We will have them try everything and we'll find out what they do best at. And a lot of it is trial and error. In one meet, they might do one event, and another meet, they might do another event. If you look on the schedule, there's basically, I think I said this in the email, there's two types of meets. There are weekday dual meets, which is us competing against another MIA school. And those are varsity and JV, and everyone competes. And then there are weekend invitationals that are mainly varsity, and then some JV. Besides that, we basically every week we'll send a update, sort of like the week ahead. Where we'll send something saying our meet this weekend is at this place, et cetera, et cetera. Our first meet is not until Saturday, March 25th at Mount St. Joe, the MIAA/IAM relays. The coaches are very enthused and excited about this year. We're also excited about it eventually becoming 75 degrees and beautiful spring track weather. That's not happening tomorrow from what I hear, So, Coach Reed, do you have anything for middle school?
No, if parents need to have any questions, then they can email me. I'm the same as you. I'll send out the emails every so often, but we don't have our first meet until April 20th.
Yeah. But again, it's just if I were to go over like a laundry list of everything track and field, we would be here a long, long time. Basically a lot of things they just sort of they come up when they come up. If you have any personal questions, I'll hang out in this room for a little while, and always feel free to message us during the school day. Send us an email, send us an on-campus message. We all check it fairly frequently. There is no such thing as a stupid question. A lot of times people come from middle school, and I had a parent ask me if the school provides bus transportation for weekday meets. And I guess if my daughter ran for Immaculate Conception, a middle school team, and guess what? The little parochial school didn't have a bus, and we had to go get her at her school and drive her to the meets on a weekday. So, we don't have to worry about that at Loyola. We have bus transportation. So again, there is no question that is a stupid question. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to just hang out in this room and you can ask us or email us anytime. Miss Love, am I missing any big highlights?
So we have a question in the chat that we can grab, but I just
Oh,
wanted
you're good at doing the chat thing. I'm not.
chat. I just wanted to say that the biggest thing that we're noticing now are shin splints and cramps. So I know that you're not with your sons for the 7 hours they're at school, so we will try our best to remind them to drink water and to maybe have something green on their plate at lunch. But if you could remind them to bring a water bottle to school to make sure they stay hydrated and that they're stretching. They stretch after practice, but sometimes they need a little bit of a stretch after bed or something like that. So I have been doing yoga for 10 years. So if your sons are feeling tight and they need some stretches to do, they can always ask me. And I'm happy to help them navigate that. And I can point them in the direction of Miss Gabby, our trainer, or Mr. Parr. It's really important that they not be injured in the beginning of the season. We want to build strong bodies. So I just want to make sure that they're taking care of themselves. So if you have any concerns with that, please reach out to any of the coaches. We're happy to help and keep an eye out. Chris, the question in the chat is what determines JV versus varsity times or the grade of the student? And I'm assuming that grade means year.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
I just want to add something to what you said. I wasn't there for the first part of when Jeremy talked, but one thing that is important is, we love family doctors. But Gabby might not be an MD, but she has probably seen more sports-related injuries than a family doctor, unless they specialize in sports medicine. They know their limits, Gabby and Jeremy. They don't have an X-ray machine. They don't have an MRI, but they should be like the first source to go to for injuries because they are very, very good at, general high school sport injuries. Most seniors will be on varsity normally. And then it's basically on time. The best kids are on varsity. And if anything, what the MIA rules say is once you're on varsity, you can't move to JV. So if a kid is iffy on being varsity versus JV, we'll start them off on JV because we don't want to start a kid off on varsity and then find out he really doesn't have an event at championships on varsity. So it's and it's something that if during the year, let's suppose some kid starts off long jumping 17 feet, which is a JV long jump, and by the end of the year, he's long jumping 21 feet. That will be the easiest coaching decision we've ever made to move him up to varsity. So in other words, you can move up even during the season based on what the stopwatch or the tape measure read.
And I wrote in the chat, I don't know if everyone can see it. Our first time trial is on Tuesday.
Yep. And again, time trials are not cuts. Again, what we're looking at is just trying to get a first glance of where their talent lies. And again, we'll try them different events. The old nothing ventured, nothing gained. Occasionally we've tried kids in a new event and it's worked out. I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes we tried a kid in a new event and it didn't work out. So guess what? We didn't have them do it again. So, be open to doing different things. Anything else in the chat, Miss Love?
No questions so far, but feel free to, I don't know I think they can unmute. Feel free to unmute or put your question in the chat.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere other than this hotel room. So, so again, actually, just speaking of which, we are proud of some of what it's a no-cut sport. We're proud of what every athlete does, but we are very proud of the kids. We have 2 kids. We have a freshman who's in the freshman long jump tomorrow up in New York at Nike Indoor Nationals, and we have a junior who's in the high jump tomorrow. And then we have 4 kids, 2 seniors and 2 juniors in the 4x8 relay. And it's just, this is a great meet. It's an amazing experience for the kids. Will the team store open up again? That's a Miss Reineman question. I could ask Miss Reineman, but that's one thing that the coaches do not have any control over, is the opening of the team store. That would be that's a Miss Reineman question. We could ask her though.
And they do 3 events each boy.
The rules are you are allowed to do 4 events in a meet. What happens is our goal is May, and we want to be we don't want to start a kid off doing we start them off doing less events versus more events, because the most important meet in the year is the championship meet. That's when some of our better kids are going to do multiple events. But the goal is to do well in the preseason meets, but those aren't the ultimate goals, and we don't want to get greedy and have kids do multiple events early on in the season. But 4 is the rule. Standard high school track and field rule. Anything else in the chat? Okay, we don't want to belabor anything, but again, just we'll send something out every week. And again, always feel free to ask us any questions. The schedule that is up on the school website is the correct schedule. We'll tell you if there are changes, but right now that's pretty much going to be the correct schedule. Okay.
Question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses, so I can't type. This is Bukola Edmondson, Zachary's mom. Hi, Miss Love.
Oh, hi.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 things. My son came home. He's all limping. I said, "Do you stretch?" He's not stretching, so he stretched and he felt better. I was wondering if, I'm sure you guys do, maybe he just didn't pay attention, like kind of go with them, like post-workout meals. What to eat after workout? You run, or after you jump, like or before you come to practice, or now you're doing track and field. It's so important to know what you're eating, like what Ms. Love said about the drinking. It's so pivotal. That, and the second question had to do with there is a meet or there is an event during spring break. Did I see that?
Yes,
Okay.
there's a meet during spring break, and we do realize that family is top priority. we don't expect, if you're in town, we would love you to go to the meet. If you have already made plans, we totally realize that. We totally realize upperclassmen, there's only so much time to visit colleges. I have a daughter who's a junior, and we're gonna go for a trip over Easter weekend to visit a couple colleges with her. So if you can make it, we would love to have you make it, but if family is first priority.
As
Thank
for
you so much.
As for the meals, I'm more than happy to point them in the right direction of proper nutrition. It's something that I really enjoy and is very important to me. I will be sitting at the end of this month for the National Academy of Sports Medicine nutrition coaching certificate. So I'll feel a lot more comfortable recommending them specific things. But I'm so happy to give them a lowdown of like what to eat, what foods to gravitate towards. We had a boy today who had a really bad cramp, and he's one of our good runners. And I asked him what he ate for lunch, and he said spicy buff. And I said, "Did you drink water?" And he said no. So I will have a talk with all of them on how to fuel their bodies properly. I'm so happy to do that.
Thank you, because they don't listen to parents or Love says it's gold, or Coach Chris says it's gold and it's accurate. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any other questions? Okay, well, we look forward to seeing you during the year. If you just want to ask me or Coach Love a personal question, then just stay on for the next couple of minutes. If not, if no one has a question, we'll probably leave the room in a minute or two. Okay, have a nice evening.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We'll see
Hey,
you
Coach
guys
Reed.
tomorrow. I'm heading out.
See you, Laura.
Okay. All right.
Did we
The
run
senior
into-
meeting is also tonight, Coach Love. The senior parents with Miss Pipkin.
Oh.
Yeah, so some of them had to do double duty, and that was actually live because that's where Gene is now. The meeting about the prom and everything. So
We do have a question. Out of curiosity, last year the guys ran in the Gator invite.
that's over Christmas. That's over Easter break this year. Not doing that.
Will they run that again this year? I didn't see it in schedule. It's over Easter break, so.
No, that's over Easter break. We're not running that one. So
When was it last year?
that was the same weekend as Penn relays because Jose went and I didn't because Penn was Friday, Saturday last year.
That's right.
So. All right, well, I think I'm gonna rustle up. Oh, is that a question?
No, did we get the park invite? I'm sorry, I'm squinting. Screens are so.
No, our schedule is gonna be the park invite and Gator are both. No, park invite's over Easter break. Yeah, so we're not doing the park invite.
Okay, and we're not doing the Gator invite either?
No,
Okay. So neither of those.
neither of those.
Get a little typing bubble. Oh,
Yeah.
you're welcome.
Yeah. All right.